So today we've got the Carpuride 502 Pro. It comes very well packaged. Plenty of polystyrene surrounding it, the screen protected. First impression of this is how compact it is. As you can see yourself, this one's attached to the BMW cradle, and I'll be leaving it in that one and mounting it on my Ducati Multistrada. That's the BMW cradle at the back of it. If you wanted to change that, you can unbolt the cradle and put the ball joint on and just remove that plug there and plug it directly into your mains feed from your bike. Putting the unit over to one side, we're going to have a look at what else is in this box. So here we have the USB power cable. Wouldn't be too keen on this myself, just due to the fact the amount of rain we get in Ireland. But if you're going to use this, it plugs directly into the back. You unbolt or unscrew this cable here and then plug that one straight into it. So this would be your mains feed coming from your battery or some point in the bike where you can get the power to come on and off with the ignition. So inside here we have the ball joint. This is what you put on if you're taking off the BMW mount. So basically the mount comes off, and where that pole is, this fits onto the top of it, and then that goes onto a swing arm kind of mount bracket that can bolt onto the handlebars of your bike, or wherever you choose to put it. But again, this is very universal. You can see there where it bolts on, and then it twists around in any direction that suits you and then locks in with the bolt. So not so bad. The only thing that I don't like about this is it's probably a bit long, but all depending on what bike you put it on. Again, we have our little 10mm spanner. Couldn't go wrong without one of them. And then a spare fuse. And the instructions. So I have the 702 on my Multistrada at the moment. I'm going to remove that and put the 502B on. The reason being is that it's just blocking my display panel on the Multistrada. So you can see the bracket that I put on my bike here. It just clamps on, and then 4 bolts will go into the back of the unit, leaving the BMW mount on it. So the smaller screen just gives me a better view of my visual display unit on the bike, and it just looks a hell of a lot neater, and it doesn't stand out as much up against my visor. You can see there that the bolts just line up perfectly with the bracket that I have. This bracket I purchased on AliExpress. So I'm just unscrewing the cable from the BMW mount and exposing it, and what I'm doing is I'm going to use the USB cable on this temporarily, because I will be trying it out on a few BMW bikes. But what I've done is I have the quad lock battery cable, so this detects when the engine starts and the ignition is on and automatically puts power then to the unit. A handy little piece of kit. So after a few niggly little screws, we eventually have the Carpuride in place. What I would say is, when you're twisting it about, make sure you're twisting it from the bracket and not twisting the unit itself, just in case you weaken the mount that it's on. But the positioning looks good there. I'm happy. I'll just give the last few bolts a final tighten, and that should be the unit in place. So the last thing I have to do now is plug in the power connection, which just clamps together and then screws in place, and that keeps it secure. Everything in place, it's time to power up the bike and see does the unit come on. And there we have it, we've got power to the system. You can see the apps pop up on the screen. So we'll be going to the settings menus, we can go into the Bluetooth, and we can then search for our device and connect it to our phone. So once you open up your phone, then open up the Bluetooth connections and select the Carpuride. You get your pairing number, accept, and then sync your contacts. So now your phone is mirrored to the unit. You have access to all your apps. So this unit is the upgraded model. This is the Pro, which has a day and night sensor. So now we got the screen back on. If we go around the other side, we can see how well the Carpuride looks mounted behind it. It doesn't block my vision of my main display screen. The unit then stays on my peripheral vision while I'm driving. So this week I've just completed a 2-day trip, Dublin to Galway to Letterkenny and back to Dublin again. First day, torrential rain, no hiccups at all with the unit. So this Carpuride unit I'm finding so well priced, very robust, and with a fantastic discount. So if you follow my link in the description and use the code GT24, you'll get 30% off altogether. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you avail of the discount. Follow the GT24 Cruising for a Cause on Facebook for motorcycle events and more reviews. Talk soon.